So the bitter gourd isn't doing too well recently. I've been cutting quite a lot. You can see a lot of the branches, a lot of the vines here, they are dead. And the reason why I'm doing all this is because you can see there's a lot of damage to the leaves. So the vines that I've cut off are essentially vines that are very damaged. And what's causing all this damage? Here they are. These little buggers. I can't remember the name of them right now. I'll put a link later and probably put a picture of what it is later. But these little bastards, they are essentially ladybugs that are herbivorous. You can see some more over there. So these bastards, for the last month or so, have been, well, slowly at first, but now it's very severely. I think the term would be skeletonized the leaves. You can see pretty much they've eaten all the green parts and left just the skeleton of it. You can see so many of them. So for the last week or so, I've been spending about half an hour every day plucking them off and crushing the ladybugs as I find them. But it's just too many. So I'm trying to make sort of like a DIY spray, and I'll see how that goes. But for now, this bitter gourd is pretty much stunted then while this infestation happens. Unfortunate indeed.
A few minutes later.
So I'm still collecting these bugs, and look at this. Bloody hell. They're like ticks. So many of them. This is an example of one of the leaf that has been skeletonized. So you can see, you can see, I don't know what you call them, the veins. You can see the main veins and the smaller veins. You can see lots of little black spots. I'm not sure, are they egg casings or feces left behind by the grubs, the larvae, as they eat their way through leaves. But yep, the entire bitter gourd plant, well, most of it was sort of like this up to about a week ago, and over the week, I've been slowly pruning it, and you can see a lot of the decomposing matter there. Yep, carry on then. And here I want to try and show you what the adult look like. There, can you see it over there? Trying to zoom in with enough lighting, but try and go closer. But this is the bug. It pretty much looks like a ladybug, truth be told. And in fact, when I saw this about a month ago, I thought, oh, it's a ladybug. Maybe it's just trying to eat some of the gnats or aphids that are munching on the leaves. But it's only until now I realized, after some googling, what they actually are. And perhaps the reason what convinced me that these guys are no good is because of all its larvae that are all around the leaves. So because of that, I googled bitter gourd ladybug pests, and that's where I found out about this particular pest. So yep, I'm gonna have to, well, I'll do it off screen, but just catch it between my finger, just crush it. Such is life. And here's one of them in action, just crawling around finding something to eat. So if I can see if I can get this in frame. It's gone under leaf. Let's see if I can get you. Oh, what the? So I don't know if I can show it. Is it in view? So here you've got the little one, and over there you've got the adult. I'll deal with this one first, but I'll have to turn off the camera for that.
A few moments later.
There's the little one on my thumb. See if I can get it in focus. Fuzzy little creature. Into the bucket you go.
One eternity later.
Alright, so about 40 minutes has passed. The sun is coming out. and I've got other stuff to do for the day. So I'll probably just stop here for now. Unfortunately, the bitter gourd plant really isn't looking as good as before. It used to produce about 3-4 fruits at any given time. So 3-4 fruits that can be harvested at any given time, and maybe half a dozen, well, more like 4 small ones that could be growing, and of which probably half of them will become fruits in a few weeks. But though, as a result of this pest, this herbivorous ladybug, right now we're down to one bitter gourd growing here. It's about the size of one whole thumb. So yep, fortunately this bitter gourd isn't doing too well, so I'll probably keep pruning this. Not sure for how much longer. I've ordered neem oil, and I'll try to make a sort of like a spray with neem oil, soap, water, and garlic, crushed garlic. That's what I read, and I'll try and apply that and see if that helps. Well, if anybody on YouTube have any suggestions, advice, yeah, please let me know. This is the haul for the day. If you're squeamish, I guess you can look away now before I zoom in. So here they are. Some of them are still kicking. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably wait for the sun to come out a bit more, and then I'll throw them onto the stone tiles there. And the reason I'm doing that is to give these guys breakfast, I guess. Yeah, breakfast for them, and there'll be other birds as well. So that's what I've been doing for the past few days. Once I've once I've picked off these pests, I would throw them onto the stone tiles, and by afternoon they're gone. So yeah, it's harsh, but you know, that's how it has to be, I suppose. It does give me a much bigger appreciation of what gardeners have to do on a daily, weekly, and for their whole lives even, just to get crops to grow and harvest them, and harvest crops that are worth selling, you know, that the market's willing to buy, and consumers like you and me are willing to buy. And it really reinforces to me that when it comes to farming, at least when it comes to modern farming, you really, well, unless you want to go back to, you know, ye old days where you have one landlord and 100 workers to tend your farm. If you just, you know, if you want a modern farm, you really can't get away from things like fertilizers or pesticides. You know, if you only got one farmer and a dozen workers to tend, I don't know, acres of land, you know, this is just me with one plant to take care of, and I take about 40 minutes every morning to prune it for about a few days now. Imagine a farmer has to do this, has to hire people to do this on the full time, without spraying pesticides, applying organic fertilizer, without applying any fertilizers, having to deal with insects and other pests as well. So no, it really gives me a much greater appreciation for farmers and industrial farming, modern farming. And you know, yeah, organic food is healthier for you, but well, it's definitely a lot more labor intensive, I suppose. Well, that's it, I guess, for this video. Sorry if it's gone on a bit of a rant. Yeah, take care. I hope to see you in the next time.